Hey guys, how you doing? This video is going to be a little different from what I usually post. Due to popular demand on my Discord, we went ahead and started a PvP server. It's a simple red versus blue, take off and engage anything you find kind of deal. All skill levels are welcome, and with patience you should get better and better. There's no weapon restrictions or anything like that. The only rule really is don't shoot down your teammates, and that's pretty obvious. Other than that, you're free to play and select your loadouts in any way you wish. The sides are divided into Russian on the red side, flying only Russian aircraft, against Americans on the blue side, flying only NATO aircraft. There's an extensive air defense net on both sides, with a gap in the middle allowing for a conflict zone between the two factions. In this video, I'm going to show some gameplay from one of my days on the server. If you like the video and you like what you see, join my Discord and fly with us. Also, servers like this are expensive and will require funding to be hosted 24/7. So if you like something like this and you want it up for 24/7, please consider donating to the Patreon account. That will go towards paying for these kind of servers and stuff like that. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, guys.
Chevy 22, Overlord, Bra 349, 470, at 15,000, flanking.
Alright, so I'm just gonna hover around here and try to climb altitude a little bit, get up to 40,000 feet ideally, so I'm not contrailing. And then once we have that, we're gonna head into the combat zone.
Overlord, Chevy 22, request bogey dope. Chevy 22, Overlord, clean.
That's good, so we're clean for now. Alright, so here we are at above 40,000 feet, no contrails, and we're just going to head into the combat zone now. Off in front of us is the Russian airfield, and all Russian contacts will come from that side.
Bra 071 for 240 at 30,000 flanking.
We're just gonna see if we can find any Russian guys sneaking around in the mountains here as we head in. It can be a long flight in. Sometimes it gets boring, sometimes you can find somebody with their pants down in the mountains and you can sneak up on them and kill them.
Chevy 22, Overlord, Bra 333 460 at 14,000 flanking.
And you can see that AWACS is sending out calls, so that's ideally how you would vector yourself onto targets.
Overlord, Chevy 2-1, request bogey dope. Chevy 2-1, Overlord, Bra 355 445 at 15,000 hot.
355 for 45. 15,000 hot.
Chevy 22, Overlord, Bra 328 450 at 16,000 hot.
There we go, I have them on radar down there. Switch to TWS mode. It's a little far now for an engagement, we're about 40 miles out.
Overlord, Chevy 2-1, request bogey dope. Chevy 2-1, Overlord, Bra 360 423 at 21,000 hot. Chevy 22, Overlord, Bra 352 445 at 4,500 flanking.
So we got a second target there, but the guy in the bottom left looks like he's a
Chevy
friendly.
22, Overlord, Bra 075 for 240 at 30,000 flanking. Chevy 22, Overlord, Bra 011 for 190 at 30,000 cold.
Alright, I lost one of them. No, I got him again. Here we go.
Chevy 22, Overlord, Bra 070 for 180 at 30,000 flanking.
Oh no, I'm contrailing. That's bad. Gonna drop my tanks. Pull my altitude higher. If there's any Russians around here, they would have seen that contrail. Okay, we're good now. Alright, we're slowly getting into engagement distance here with this guy. Oh shit, I lost him.
Chevy 22, Overlord, Bra 341 419 at 15,000 flanking.
Alright, that guy's either notching me or he just died. I think there was a friendly operating over there, I'm not entirely sure. He may have got the kill. but I thought there was 2 of them. I definitely had 2 contacts locked up, so there is a Russian guy down there somewhere, and he probably saw me contrail.
Overlord, Chevy 2-2, request bogey dope. Chevy 2-2, Overlord, Bra 076, Fort 180 at 30,000, flanking.
That's the enemy AWACS, so we're not going to worry about that. But I am a little concerned because I think there's a Russian out there below me.
Overlord, Chevy 2-2, request bogey dope. Chevy 2-2, Overlord, Bra 078, Fort 180 at 30,000, flanking.
That's the AWACS again.
Chevy 2-2, Overlord, Bra 081, Fort 260 at 30,000, flanking. Chevy 2-2, Overlord, Bra 003, Fort 5 at 6,000, hot. Chevy 2-2, Overlord, Bra 019, Fort 170 at 30,000, flanking.
Alright, I don't see much. Just constantly looking back because there's if there's any Russians down there, they like to sneak up behind you with their electro-opticals and pick you up like that. Just want to constantly be looking back.
Overlord, Chevy 2-1, request bogey dope. Chevy 2-1, Overlord, Bra 015, Fort 160 at 30,000, hot.
They're down there somewhere, I know it. There's at least 1 Russian guy down there. And I'm definitely showing up on their data link at this point.
Overlord, Chevy 2-1, request bogey dope.
Look at that.
Chevy 2-1, Overlord, Bra 016. Overlord, Chevy 2-1, request bogey dope.
That's a Russian guy trying to sneak up on me. And he hit contrails, so I can see him. I'm gonna go take him out real quick. Here we go. Gonna Fox 3 him, he's close. Fox 3.
Chevy 2-2, Overlord, Bra 080, Fort 180 at 30,000, hot.
He's trying to sneak up on me. And hit. Splash 1. Alright, so now I'm contrailing hard, so I'm gonna have to go cold and get out of here.
Chevy 2-2, Overlord, Bra 046, Fort 13 at 5,000, hot.
Because they know exactly where I am now. I think I just saw something fly by.
Chevy 2-2, Overlord, Bra 082, Fort 250 at 30,000, flanking.
I think that was a friendly, he just went right by me.
Chevy 2-2, Overlord, Bra 341, Fort 4 at 11,000, flanking. Chevy 2-2, Overlord, Bra 019, Fort 160 at 30,000, flanking.
Yep, there it is, on radar. Got him locked up. Fox 3. Look at that. Oh, they just shot down a friendly. That's another one though, I got missile away at him.
Chevy 2-2, Overlord, merged.
Hit. Splash 1. Alright, that's 2 Russians today. Getting out of here. Dropping flares, we're gonna extend out of here now. So I'm over by Kutaisi now, and there's some Russian contact that snuck into our territory through the mountains, and he's behind our lines. So we're gonna head over there and engage him, see if we can take him out. I don't want him sneaking around behind us, because he's either gonna go for the AWACS or he's gonna try to shoot us down as we take off. You see I got him on radar there. Locked him up. That's Fox 3. Force him defensive. I don't expect that to hit. We'll give him another one. Fox 3. Continue to force him defensive. I just don't want him to get his nose around on me. This guy's got to be decent because he got in pretty deep behind our lines here. And I've lost him. He notched me or something. He's definitely gone cold at this point. There it is. I got him on radar.
Colt 1-3, Overlord, pop-up group 31146 at 1000, flanking.
There he is. Fox 3 again.
Colt 1-1, Kutaisi, clear to taxi to runway 8.
He's turning back in. He's turning back into me.
Colt 1-3, Overlord,
Splash 1.
Bra 024 for 160 at 30,000 hot.
Nice.
Colt 1-3, Overlord, merged.
Alright guys, here is the attack view. I wasn't going to do one for this, but I figured it would be beneficial if anybody cared in terms of like situational awareness. Yeah, so I basically take off from the airport here and I'm just going to circle around, and this is just to increase my altitude so that I'm dropping the contrails above my own air defense and my own airport, because the last thing I want to do is start flying over these mountains with contrails, because that's just asking for a Russian guy to sneak out of these mountains and hit you. So ideally you don't want to be contrailing over this position here. So I use the time over here to just climb and get to the right altitude, which is about above 40,000 feet. We'll stop the contrailing. We can see Goose taking off this way, and now I'm at 40,000 feet, about 41,000 feet exactly, and I'm going to start heading into the combat zone. I'm going to head over here. Generally this mountain area and this field over here, this is going to be the combat zone. This is where most of the fights go down. I'm flying at 40,000 feet so that my radar can scan into these mountain crevices and see if I can find anyone trying to hide in here. That's the reason I want to be at 40,000 feet. Yeah, so I start coming in. I pick up this guy, M Vice. He's actually in my Discord. Nice guy. Then we got Goose over here. He's gonna engage him. Now in this situation, I didn't know that Goose was here. I do eventually pick him up my radar. I get a little dot that tells me he's there, but I wasn't sure if he engaged the hostile that I picked up. So I wasn't sure if this guy was notching me or if he was killed. So let's have a look at their fight here, because I'm kind of just heading over here. There isn't really much to see for me. Goose fires off his AIM-120, and M-Vice looks like he broke gimbal lock. He fired ERs, which are Fox 1s, and he broke lock. He ends up getting out of that AIM-120, and I think at this point he locks him up again. He locks Goose up again, because that's when you can see one of those ERs start turning towards them. I'm not entirely sure this behavior of these ERs. If you lose lock and then you relock them, I think they re-engage the target if they have enough speed and distance to do so. So there it is. That one's gonna miss. Not so much because of energy, but just maneuverability, it seems. Oh, and he died. M-Vice died. What happened here? Goose had fired another missile at him. So after he beats this missile, he ends up eating this one. And that was fired. Yeah, that was really close. And they're at like 20 and 17,000 feet, so that missile was always going to hit him, unless he established a notch or something like that. He should have actually turned cold, probably. He may have had a chance. 90 degrees down, go cold. I feel like that would have probably worked for him, but anyway, so Goose is going to get that kill. Where am I at? Oh, I came too far. Here I am. So I was basically useless during that fight. Again, I wasn't sure if he was notching me or if he'd been killed, but I did see that friendly on the scope at one point, so I made the assumption that he had got the kill. Now at this point, me and Goose are going to continue in together. You can see Goose is already engaging Dun here. I'm still at 40,000 feet, trying to work with that AWACS to paint myself a picture of what's going on. If I knew that he was engaged down here, I didn't have full situational awareness of what was going on below me. I was still a little bit confused by the fight that happened here. But yeah, so he's engaged with Dun here. So let's come down here, just see what's going on. Let's rewind it a little bit. Right, so he fires AIM 120s. You can see Dun reducing altitude, dragging those missiles into denser air, and he's gonna hit him with what appears to be an ER. So Dun is attempting to outcrank these missiles. Oh wow. So he had to actually break lock on his missile here in order to defend, and that appears to have caused him some confusion in his situational awareness, because he's turning the other way and Goose, like, he's not recommitting as he should be. He probably isn't fully aware of what's going on. Goose seems to have the same problem. So these guys are just gonna fly right by each other due to a situational awareness loss. I'm still up here minding my own business. Now at this point I am a little concerned. I think I come down a little bit and I contrail just a little bit, and I'm slightly worried here that somebody's trying to get up behind me, and I get a small RWR ping. My RWR identifies it as a MiG-29, whereas it's actually a J-11. But yeah, so I had some concerns that somebody was going to try to sneak up on me, which you remember I was looking back behind me because that's what the Russians love to do. Anyone flying a Russian-Chinese aircraft with data link capabilities, they love to turn their radar off and come up behind you. So when you're like not paying attention and then hit you with an ET or some sort of heat seeker that isn't going to notify you of a missile launch. So due to that, I was kind of wary of that, and I knew that I was appearing on their data link, which is another reason why I was constantly watching my back. I knew that one of them was going to see me on data link if there was, you know, one or two of them flying around. And as I'm looking out the back, I see that little streak of white from behind me. You can see Goose still doesn't have situational awareness. He's still looking for Dun Dun, but he can't find him. Because I think he's searching low, and Dun Dun's climbing to come after me. So he's now finding him, because his radar is probably pointed down. So you can see Dun Dun's pulling up here, and he enters contrail height, which is when I see him coming out of my back here. You got to keep that situational awareness high when you're fighting these Russian guys. And so once I spot that contrail, any minute now, and he's got like little to no speed, so I see that, and I'm going to immediately attempt to engage him. And that's a distance of 4 nautical miles and aim 120. This is basically guaranteed to hit. And he doesn't have the speed to do anything about it. That's the other thing. So as he does dip his head down to try to get out of here, he gets hit. Alright. That's how that happens. It's all about that situational awareness, right? So that's the part where I see somebody zoom by me, and I wasn't sure if it was friendly or what it was. So I turn around in order to see what's going on, and I turn around just in time to see Goose get engaged by M-Vice again, as M-Vice had just taken off from the Russian airfield here, and he is just shooting ETs and ERs at Goose here, and one of his ERs ends up getting him. Look at this Fox 2. Look at this. I've never seen a Fox 2 just deviate off like that. It's like, I was going to say it's going for the sun, but the sun's not over there. So I don't know what's going on with this Fox 2. But yeah, that was the situation where I turned around and I saw Goose get killed. I had M-Vice locked up, and you can see my distance to him was 4.7 nautical miles. And I've already got my AMRAAM off right here. And he gets hit. I give him a second one just for good measure, and that's it. And in this situation, I'm going to break defensive. I'm popping flares just in case there was an ET fired at me, whether from these air defenses here or from M-Vice himself or some other aircraft that I don't know is out here. So I'm just popping some flares and getting out of here. Alright, so that's going to be the TAC view for that situation there. Alright, here is the second scenario where I catch that guy trying to sneak around behind our lines. So we got Goose taking off first. This time we've moved the action over to the Kutaisi section. We were in Sochi down there last time, but now we're here in Kutaisi. You can see his name was Ghost25, and he's flying a Sukhoi 27, and he's come over the mountains here, and like he snuck his way in. Now we got air defenses here, but he's staying low, and these IR SAMs linebackers aren't going to be able to catch him out here. So Goose takes off first. You can see he's already been vectored on a target by the AWACS. I'm off next. And I get that call that, you know, there's somebody sneaking around out here. Now, at first I was going to ignore it, but then I was like, you know, we can't just let this guy sneak around because he was gonna come over here and like maybe pick off guys that were taking off. So, you know, I thought we'd come over here and try to engage him, clean up this space. So you can see Goose has already closed on him. It's going in for the kill. Oh, and he ends up hitting him with guns a little. Nothing too crazy, but he does hit him. He fired an R-73, but too close. Goose is gonna get around that. And it looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned knife fight here. Oh, Goose ends up hitting the ground. Oh no. Yeah, so that's it. He's gonna hit the ground. So now I'm happy that I followed up, because you never know what happens. But so I'm coming in. I guess it's my problem now. I'm not fully sure what this guy's intention was. He may have also been going for our AWACS. You know, he was trying to take out our AWACS, so that's another thing. Anyway, so, you know, I come in at him. I fire this first AMRAM like way far out, at this altitude, right? Like 9 nautical miles. It was more than that. It was like, yeah, 16 nautical miles at this altitude. I am at 6,000 feet, and he's at 1,000. And this is way far out, but I'm not entirely sure what he's doing. So, you know, I fire this missile just to force him defensive. You can see he's already defending. He's doing some weird cranking maneuvers. No, that's not even a crank. He's just doing loops in the sky. That missile is not going to reach him. I knew that, so I fired a second one once again to continue to force him defensive, because I know I got to get close to him, right? And he's going to turn cold, which is fine. That's what I would be doing too. Except he makes the mistake here of extending to the right and then trying to recommit. And it almost seems like he's going for a notch here. Like, that's definitely what he's doing, I think. It's not totally a 90 degree though, so it's not a successful notch. And this is what I'm saying, like, I get within, you know, 4 or 5 nautical miles and I fire this missile, and he would have been fine if he just kept flying, maybe even extended to the left a little bit. He probably would have got away, but he turns back into the missile, probably trying to recommit, and that missile's just going to hit him. Mach 2.2. Alright, and that's it, guys. We've protected this area as well. So once again, guys, I'd love to have this server up 24/7. So if you're interested, if you got money to spare, by all means, even $1 or $2, that helps. It goes a long way. If we can fund the server, I can get it up 24/7, and everyone's welcome in there. So yeah, consider it. Alright, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.